this week, we got a chance to hear from all sorts of consumer-oriented businesses at the gigantic ICR conference in Orlando. Thank you, ICR people, for having us down. But we didn't just speak to publicly traded companies. We also check in with some startups that just might represent the future of retail. Take a company like Faherty Brands. That's Faherty Brands. It's an up-and-coming, high-end lifestyle brand focused on apparel and swimwear. Right now, the company has only 6 stores, but they're in some fancy locations: Soho in the West Village in New York, Boston, Nantucket, Massachusetts, Malibu, Newport Beach in California. And they've been having a lot of success. I guess the preppy beach bum look is in. Well, if you give it a guaranteed for life, probably that helps. Now, at the ICR conference, we sat down with Alex Faherty, who founded Faherty Brand with his twin brother and now serves as its CEO. Take a look. Alex, I'm thrilled to have you because you're part of the American dream. You didn't like what was on the rack. You didn't like what was there. So you decided, you know what, we're going to make high-quality clothing. Why were you able to make that leap? You had to believe in yourself.
So, believe in myself. I'm fortunate to have an identical twin brother who...
we do have Alex, right? You're not doing one of those switches.
Yeah. So I'm Alex. Mike's not here, but Mike... identical twin. Since we were kids, Mike was always a talented artist, decided he wanted to be a fashion designer, and I'm fortunate to be blessed with a twin brother who's super creative. And since we were 17 years old, we talked about having a clothing company one day, and here we are now, kind of talking about it.
There's a perception in this country that all the retailers out there are done. There's no new one who would go into that. You guys, surprisingly, have great economics. You're able to pull it off.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I think it's a new world of retail, and the customer is looking for something new. I think it's been the same retailers opening up more stores, and I think now the customer who wants high quality, wants something that's authentic, wants something that's craft feeling to it, and it opens up an opportunity for a brand like ours.
But it's also a guarantee of quality that I don't know anyone else is offering.
Correct. We have a lifetime guarantee in any piece of clothing that I make.
Can you do that?
We can do it because in the end of the day, Jim, clothing should last a lifetime. That's our belief.
Well, hammers with Craftsman, clothing?
Yeah, we're happy to replace any product if there's any wear and tear, any issues that you have, and that's a commitment because, we put our heart and soul in everything that we make, and it should last a lifetime. That's our belief.
Well, then you must have tight control of your manufacturing.
We definitely have tight control of our manufacturing. So my brother spends about a third of the year traveling himself to all of our factories, overseeing all of our production. So it's a hands-on operation, and it's our life. It's what our whole family's in it. This is how we get. This is how we make it.
Well, speaking of our whole family, I called my wife because I knew you're coming on, and I said, "What do you know these guys Faherty?" She goes, "I'm reading the catalog. A 20-year-old, a 19. These are sweet spot people, aren't they, for you?"
Yeah. So we're really that 21 to 45-year-old demographic of this is the person who wants something that's just a little bit better and feels a little bit more special, and they want to they're willing to pay a little bit more for that quality.
You have a store on Bleecker Street. I think it's an interesting story about how the economics actually allowed you to pull it off. There are a lot of people who are watching who are saying, you know what, it's not really possible. I'm a designer. I went to Parsons, FIT, or the equivalent. I can't, but there's no way you can do it. You pulled it off.
Yeah, so what it is right now we're with all the stores that are closing, it creates opportunity for new brands. Landlords are willing to do shorter term deals where the brands can actually make money, and I think that now is going into our favor as far as being able to opening up new retail stores. Okay,
so explain to me the model, channel strategy, wholesale. Where are you?
Sure. So we are going into this year. We are 40% e-commerce. I think
40. So you're backing that in. I mean, most of the guys who are in clothing are desperate to try to get to 10 e-commerce.
So we started wholesale. For the first 3 years, that was what we did, and that what gave us scale. That got us into 150 different small specialty stores across the country. I've traveled to almost all of them, and you handshake with the owner. You help sell to their customer. You build that relationship, and then from there, once we figured out the wholesale channel and we could retail well against established brands, then we decided if people like our brands in Nordstrom's of the world, they can like it buying in our own store, and we really aggressively push the e-commerce channel. And because of companies like Shopify who allow a small brand to do things that our technology, we can do whatever the largest of brands can do now. The barriers to entry have completely changed.
We recommended Shopify for precisely what you're talking about. We like Etsy, we like Shopify. To explain to people what they do for you.
Okay, so basically what used to cost $10 million to build the back end of a website for a customer, for $1,000 a month can basically have the world's greatest mousetrap when it comes to creating a website. I can create anything that I want in this site, and then there's open source app creation buttons that allow you to basically add on anything that you would ever want to add on to the website. It's magic. It's amazing.
Now, twin brothers, one seems very style, very fashion. Your background is finance, a good marriage there.
Yeah. So I kind of handle all of sales, operations, all kind of the back end, non-flashy side of the business, and Mike handles all the design. Graduated from college, worked in finance for almost 10 years, and fortunately, Mike and I were able to marry this together. And the one thing about having a business partner who's your twin is it's ultimate trust.
Sure.
And even in the hardest days of a startup company where could barely make payroll, we had each other to lean on.
One last question. I know, because finance, you could come public someday, but is it too confining? I mean, a lot of people who are public now wish they'd never gotten public. Or is it just something you want to do because there'll be a lot of people who want in?
It's a good question, Jim. I think I think still we're building this, to your point on the American dream. I think one day to have a public company is still that is really cool. I mean, that's something where you're a part of the American dialogue, and you can help make people retirement work if the company does well, and really let people really share in that success. I'm still a fan of it.
Well, you deserve it. You deserve every bit of the success that you're having. Okay, that's Alex Faherty. I think, not Mike, right? It's Alex.
It's Alex, yeah.
And he's the founder and CEO of Faherty. And I got to congratulate you. You are the American dream.
Thanks, Jim.
Put it in. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.